Good morning, partners. Welcome to Security and Observability Solutions on AWS. Hope that it's not too early, all right? 10 a.m. in Singapore and 9 a.m. in Indonesia. Thank you for taking off your time to join us for this webinar or online section, all right? I would like to go through with you some of the housekeeping rules. If you have any questions during the presentation, right, please type them into the chat box. And do note that this session is being recorded. All right. Before we move on, let's do a bit of a word cloud, and then let's see, what are right in your mind early in the morning right now. All right. So. Where are you joining us from? Let's do this little word cloud. You just need to type in where you are from, and it will actually, populate. And if let's say more people join from Singapore bigger, and from Indonesia, then Indonesia will look bigger. Let's, like a bit of competition there, friendly neighbor competition. Oh, I see somebody's from the office. Looks like, we're going back to the office, even though, from home, yes, work from home, yes. Love that. But yeah, actually, I would say do miss the office, and it's actually wonderful to come back to see your colleagues face to face once again. There's some advantages of working from home, some advantages of working in the office. Lovely. Looks like there's two working from home. Any more working from home today? Looks like a midweek. All right. Starbucks, nice. Would love to work from Starbucks. You can have coffee. The Starbucks coffee, that's nice. I can see that quite a few are working from home. Lovely. All right. I think maybe we can. Nice. We have partners from Indonesia. Welcome. I think most of you guys are from Singapore and working from home, right? And some at Starbucks, lovely, and office. All right, I think we can move on to the agenda for today. So the agenda for today is the opening speech by Zach Harris, our Regional Business Lead, Cloud Solutions from Westcon. And then after that, we'll move on to Accelerate Customers' Digital Transformation with AWS Marketplace by Renee, the ABJ Channel Business Development from Amazon Web Services, right? And then we'll move on to the sales and technical tracks, the breakout rooms, and it is presented by our esteemed guests from F5, Splunk, Palo Alto Networks, Mirantis, and HashiCorp. Then we'll move on back to the auditorium with the Blue Sky and Cloud Checker by our Business Development Manager, Ng Wei Hong. Then we'll move on to the Q&A sessions and the lucky draw. But do note that there's a survey question. You can fill it in right now or during the breakout sessions itself. So, but without further ado, I would like to welcome Zach Harris, Regional Business Lead, Cloud Solutions Westcon, on the stage for the opening speech. Zach, over to you.
Thank you, Jason. Jason is still there. Should I take over now? Okay. Thank you, Jason. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi, Bapak Ibu semua. Welcome and thank you for taking your time to attend our security and observability event. Allow me to quickly introduce myself. I'm Zach, and I'm the regional business lead for Westcon Cloud Solution. I will share some thoughts today and insights on the cloud trend for 2022. Well, there's of course many trends, but I will share 5 trends that I personally find it interesting and noteworthy. We remember 2020 and 2021 global pandemic. A lot of businesses went past. Well, for those that are slow to pivot or to embrace new technology, a lot of people lost their job. And also in 2020 and 2021, cloud computing exploded as work went virtual and businesses adapt to the global pandemic by focusing on the delivery of digital services. So in 2022, we will, without a doubt, see a continuation and rapid adoption and growth. Augmenting the ability of remote and hybrid workforce will remain a key trend. We will see ongoing innovation in cloud technology and cloud infrastructure too. Well, here's my overview of the 5 cloud trends in 2022. First, cloud will continue to grow. We all know that, and it will grow with new exciting use cases. According to prediction from Gartner, global spending on cloud services is expected to reach over 482 billion in 2022, up from 313 billion in 2020. Right? That's more than 50% growth. As we all know, cloud infrastructure is the backbone of just about any digital services, from social media to streaming entertainment to autonomous vehicle and also Internet of Things infrastructure. New or upcoming ultra-fast network like 5G and Wi-Fi 6E don't just mean more cloud will be streamed from the cloud. They mean new type of data that can be streamed from the cloud. That is the key message here. Not only more data will be streamed, but new type of data that will be streamed. We now see the availability of cloud gaming platforms such as Google Stadia and Amazon Luna, which we will see increasing level of investment over the course of 2022. That's an interesting trend in industry. Second, we will see sustainability as a key driver for cloud innovation. Every responsible business or businesses understand that it has a part to play in tackling the challenges of climate change. The effect of climate change will cost companies up to $1.6 trillion per year by 2025, as reported by Forbes. In addition, emerging regulations are targeting the carbon footprint of companies and government. This is a clear business issue that must be addressed. Cloud computing can provide better resource sharing via its simple multi-tenant platform that reduces overall carbon footprint. Shift from on-site data center to cloud computing for sustainability. Cloud providers themselves are becoming better at using renewable energy and thus providing more carbon-efficient platform for applications and data. Future innovation from cloud providers will enhance power efficiency, including the use of renewables and other hardwares that's better optimized, more greener than the equipment currently in data centers. We will see sustainability as a driver for cloud innovation as more businesses move to the cloud to meet their net zero carbon footprint. Since businesses started migrating to the cloud, they can use easily accessible, pay-as-you-go public cloud solution or more customized and flexible private cloud solutions. CSPs are also expanding their rollout of hybrid model that adopt best of both world approach. Many companies have successfully migrated to the cloud and having established the benefits are looking at additional use cases. This has resulted in many companies finding themselves in a multi-cloud or hybrid environment, using a number of services, sometimes from several different CSPs. New framework and platform like Azure Stack, AWS Outposts, Google Anthos allow you to run public cloud services in a private data center or across a different public cloud and on-prem infrastructure. Vice versa, you can run a private cloud on a public cloud infrastructure. So moving forward, there will be very little to distinguish between these two. Businesses are also building smarter apps, more responsive and more interactive. Apps are getting smarter nowadays. We are moving from descriptive analytics to diagnostic analytics to prescriptive analytics and now to predictive analytics, where we can use these apps or tools to predict an outcome. Most of the everyday AI we see around us, from Google search, Instagram filters to TikTok recommendations, lives in the cloud. Cloud computing plays a key role in the delivery of these AI services. Many of us may know, or some may not know, that machine learning platform requires huge processing power and data bandwidth for training models and processing data. You need GPUs instead of CPUs, and cloud computing make this available to anyone. The development and evolution of cloud and AI are closely blended together. And this will only become more true during 2022 and beyond. As businesses build more smarter, responsive, and interactive application, we will see the increase in AI and machine learning adoption. As more users understand and train in cloud, they see more benefits deploying serverless computing. The reason being that organizations aren't tied into leasing servers or paying for fixed amount of storage and bandwidth. Now, this is gaining traction in the market from CSPs with offering like AWS Lambda, Azure Functions, and even Google Cloud Functions. It promises a truly pay-as-you-go service where infrastructure scales automatically as an application requires it. Users doesn't have to get involved with configurations and technicalities and even complexities of deploying the resources. Serverless within cloud computing will have a big part to play in the broader trend across cloud and the entire tech landscape, creating new user experience that make innovation more accessible. With that being said, security is at the heart of any technological advancement. We are in the right industry, the right time to capitalize on the future growth of cloud computing. I will now hand back the session to our MC Jason Lee to invite the next speaker. Thank you and makasih.
Thank you, Zach, for that wonderful, wonderful presentation. Now, let's move on to the next speaker. Renee Ho shall be talking on accelerate customers' digital transformation with AWS Marketplace. Renee, over to you, please.
Thanks, Jason, and thanks, Zach, for opening this session. So hi, everyone. So my name is Rini. I'm from the AWS Marketplace team covering ASEAN, and I'm really excited to be here to present and talk to you guys about AWS Marketplace and how we can actually help to accelerate your customers' digital transformation. So organizations around the world, have been innovating faster than ever, right? Today, with a combination of disruptive cloud technologies as well as, digital, increasing number of digital connections. So the this has resulted in 20 million over software developers really around the world converting every business into actually really a software experience for the customer, taxpayer, supply chain, etc. So coupling this with what we're seeing as arrival of 5G, impact of COVID, these big industries around the world, the digital strategies are really evolving, and their digital strategies are evolving faster than ever. So it is really important that we are looking to invest in infrastructure that is actually necessary to detect these outbreaks and also protect the economies. So due to the escalation of a lot of digital transformation roadmaps, a lot of customer momentum for the cloud migration is also accelerating. So we're seeing a lot of mainstream enterprises and not just the early adopters really starting to move to cloud. And this requires this balance between security, safety, and speed. So enterprises in particular really feel pressure to respond to opportunities as fast as they can, but they also lack in the ability to really quickly implement new technologies. Or or the other hand, they would want to invest in the experiences for their customers with new applications, etc. But they still need to maintain and also enhance that transparency in what their IT spending is like. So governance becomes, over software usage, spending, procurement, etc., becomes a challenge for organizations, especially enterprises. So builders and procurement enablers alike, they really struggle, to understand what are the available products, what are the user permissions, usage metrics, etc. And that is kind of leading into a lack of a spend visibility. So a lot of the large organizations as well, they struggle with high costs and in their technology portfolio, right? So many customers are looking at the unfavorable contracts, growing maintenance and operating costs for existing software. And instead of being able to direct funds to innovation or digital transformation, a lot of these organizations have been forced to allocate resources to maintain current and often underperforming technology assets. So with all this, digital transformation, etc., they also want to do what all this transformation they're looking to do safely, securely, and with also multiple different types of services, partners, technology, etc. So for AWS specifically, now we have services like Control Tower to really be able to help customers set up landing zones with appropriate guardrails. It's hard to migrate to AWS with Service Catalog to help customers really share what kind of portfolio and that they are of AWS resources that they can allow internal organization with appropriate permissions, controls, etc. So also, as customers start to migrate and build new applications, they also use a variety of partners and tools, right? So, they're not going to be completely using AWS services. They're going to be using and partnering with a lot of different vendors, their third-party software, etc. So in other words, we recognize at AWS, we cannot solve every customer problems with solutions that's purely built by AWS. So, and on top of that, at AWS, we start everything with customer needs. It's how we decide what we want to build, where we're going to invest, innovate. And one of that most frequent conversation we have is, we talked about migration, modernization. What does it mean for the organization to migrate, to modernize? And what is the migration strategy that is going to be able to help them to get there? So, we look at a few different pieces that the customers have feedback, and customers, in terms of innovate and transform. So customers need access to innovative tools and solutions to help them to be able to transform at speed. So marketplace marketplace catalog has the best selection of product types. It will be AMIs or Amazon machine images. It could be SaaS, machine learning algorithms, data, etc., across more than 10,000 partner listings. We've made it simple to work with suppliers that you already know and trust, like the ones that you've been hearing from today. Migrate and modernize. Customers also want to kind of reduce the effort that they are dedicating to these time-consuming activities. So whether it's especially when we talk about software procurement processes, that probably hasn't changed in decades. So we enable customers to really help accelerate the modernization with new approaches to software supply chain, such as negotiating custom terms and pricing, or using standardized license agreements to really speed up their negotiation. So customers also need to enable their builders to move fast, but making sure that visibility into usage and purchasing controls are increased and improved. So we were the first marketplace to launch features to ensure that end customers and end users purchase from pre-approved vendors. And we've launched features that help admins consolidate license tracking and management in a single place. So finally, optimizing their IT spend, customers need to improve visibility into their usage and spend across both AWS services as well as partner software. So they can very quickly easily build budgets and make purchasing decisions. So we've integrated AWS cost management services to enhance the spend clarity and insight. And customers can also then deploy their favorite third-party cost management tools on AWS to improve their spend capability, to improve their spend transparency. So, and based on all of this that we have discovered, this is what AWS Marketplace is really built to do, right? Transforming how all our enterprises are able to find, subscribe, and deploy as well as govern all these third-party software, data, and services. So you see on the screen, on the next screen, the spread and the breadth and the depth of the services that we actually do have partnered with on the AWS Marketplace. So that is something that we are very keen to work with your customers, with yourselves, to be able to help your customers to really work with their preferred vendor of choice. So what are customers commonly buying on Marketplace? So we're looking at the top 8 categories that are software solutions that are most commonly deployed. So this is not the full list. It has way more than what is actually the logos that are on this list at this moment. So you'll hear from some of them today as well. So that definitely they are active customers buying these solutions, and most of them could be your customers as well. So how can AWS Marketplace help your customer? So it can help your customer achieve multiple business outcomes, lowering their total cost of ownership, increasing the time to value that, and also for you as a partner, to your customer, the fact that we can get deployment to the customer to reduce the software procurement processes really increases the time to value that you can provide to your customer. So with that, the customer satisfaction is definitely increased, and they're more interested in actually partnering with with any one of you on the call. So we listed a few, reasons why customers are looking and choosing AWS Marketplace. It's definitely the efficiency. There's thousands of solutions ready to run, which is quick and easy to deploy. We've talked a little bit about the simplified procurement and provisioning features, so flexible consumption and contract models, able to negotiate terms and pricing, etc., with private offers that we will also learn more in just a little bit. So all marketplace purchases consolidate in a single bill, so that for the customer, it's a lot easier. So an added benefit for customers who have a commitment with AWS is that a portion of all these purchases that are made on AWS Marketplace will actually help to retire that customer spend commitment. So how does, we've discussed the benefits, we've discussed, the market, movements, etc. So how does Marketplace actually work? So at the very basic, Marketplace provide an automated way for ISVs and vendors to sell to the AWS customer. So what we are all generally familiar with is the ISV actually or the seller listing their product on the marketplace, and customers can come back in to actually buy self-service. So there's an option for the vendor to create a direct transaction to the customer. But more often than not, especially in the ASEAN region, customers prefer to work with a partner. And that could be a consulting partner that is they work with on AWS solutions. It could be a reseller that they are very close with and they trust to be able to deploy the third-party software that they are purchasing. So what means is that that's where we have a consulting partner private offer, where an ISV can or a vendor would be able to authorize the supplier or the SI and the reseller to be able to sell their products via the marketplace, and obviously allow the partner to be able to include any kind of margin as well as additional services. So there are some requirements to officially be able to sign up as a reseller directly on marketplace. So I've listed that here, where you have to have a business entity in these countries as well as a US bank account. So I think this is where your partnership with Westcon comes in very, very, very important, because Westcon today has already met the requirements to sign up as a reseller on marketplace. They're already actively transacting on, with other partners on marketplace as well in other regions and other countries. So they have the experience and also the ability to partner with you as a reseller if you're not able to meet the requirements, to help your customer enjoy all the benefits of marketplace and all the benefits of the ability, such as being able to contribute and retire your customer spend commitment. That, for example, is one of the things that a lot of customers have feedback that is really, really key for them and very important for their business. Be able to allow the customer to consolidate the view of all their spending, excuse me, on the AWS marketplace. So all the benefits that your customer would like to be able to enjoy by purchasing third-party products on marketplace, by you working with Westcon closely, you would be able to offer your customer this exact route to market as well, that they can still enjoy that benefits on marketplace, while you would still be able to show your value to the customer by being able to provide this route to market. So I think all in all, I just wanted to, come in here to really share about the value of marketplace and why customers are very keen and very interested in procuring third-party solutions on marketplace today, and also how you as a reseller that's partnering with Westcon to be able to work and really leverage your relationship with Westcon today to be able to accelerate your customers' digital transformation journey, be able to help them to enjoy the various different benefits, and partner and together also resell the solutions that you're going to be hearing today for the rest of the day, for the rest of the morning, I guess, on Marketplace. So that's it for me. I'm going to pass it back to Jason so that we're still good on time and be able to continue with the sessions today.
Thank you, Renee, for a wonderful presentation on AWS Marketplace. Now, we'll be moving on to the sales stream and tech stream. You can come out of the auditorium and go to the streams that you want to attend. So there are different agendas for each stream, and we'll see you there. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the main auditorium. I hope everybody had a very good knowledge absorption from the sales and the technical streams. So right now, without further ado, I'll bring you to our last presenter for the day before we go over to the Q&A session and the lucky draw. Talking on Blue Sky and Cloud Tracker, Ng Wei Hong, Business Development Manager, Cloud of Westcon. Wei Hong, over to you.
Right. Thank you, Jason. Hi, nice to meet you guys, and of course, it's like welcome back to the the main auditorium, and then so I hope you enjoy the sessions and gain some valuable insight from the past. I think 2 hours. Thank you for sticking throughout with us. So I promise my session will not be long. So any questions that you may have, don't worry. We do have what Jason mentioned, that we do have our Q&A session next. So let me just walk you through quickly on the 2 very important cloud service management platform, which is the Blue Sky and also the Cloud Checker. So many of our partners have already been using it and benefited from it, as it is easy to use and improve productivity. Let me just bring up the the slide. Okay, the slide, is it showing? Just give me a second.
You know that you can just share it. I'll wait for you.
Okay. Right, so just a little bit of a technical issue. So give me a second. Yeah. So as you can see, okay, this is Blue Sky and Cloud Checker. So first of all, for Blue Sky, it is a platform where you are able to have high-level overview of your product usage, top customer revenue through the dashboard as well. So the universal features include such as things like in-depth optimizations for you to view the receive actionable recommendations, upload customer database, and maintain customer details. And of course, it's like you are able to monitor your pipeline and also enhance visibility to cloud service data, including customer usage, right? And of course, it's like then you're going to see like a billing to view customer orders, and also like a processing and also invoicing files. So it's very simple, just some sample screenshot for your visualizations. Like for instance, under the user management, you may edit company info, of course, and also assign new users. So you may assign like other of your team member to go in to access and then to manage all the platform. And then we have the customer menu, where you are able to add new customer and also create new orders, such as your MS licenses, right? And of course, it's like you may toggle between your customers, of course, to extract their orders in their order subscriptions management, right? So, and also finally, right, we have this okay, as the name suggested, right? So Blue Sky provide clear and detailed billing usage report for the usage, orders, and subscription report. Yeah. So this is all about Blue Sky. So of course, it's like do feel free to reach me after the sessions. I'll be happy to share in further details and also assist in setting up your Blue Sky access, right? So, and next up, now let's look at the Cloud Checker, right? This is another service management platform. So Cloud Checker is a cloud management featuring a new experience for delivering total visibility into your infrastructure and your organizations. By unifying cloud data from sources all over the enterprise, your business achieve immediate and actionable insights on how to run and scale public cloud infrastructure. So Cloud Checker is the only cloud insight solutions with the flexibility to meet business requirement at scale, right? So Cloud Checker basically offer value-added capability on top of AWS built-in data sources. So at Westcon, our primary focus is to enable our partners to obtain maximum out of your cloud investment. So basically, businesses are growing faster and innovating quicker in cloud. So what business need is actually more than what comes in the box to make it happen, right? So going beyond AWS and Azure native tools, for instance, entry-level tools such as AWS Cost Explorer or Azure Advisor is a good starting point. However, the fast-changing cloud technology require an independent platform, cost analysis, comprehensive security, and infrastructure that is audit ready for the strictest regulatory standard. So to achieve this, right, you do not need to jump from one vendor console to the other. So Westcon offer Cloud Checker as your one view dashboard cloud management. So it's actually free to Westcon transacting partners, right? So, and also Cloud Checker also enable partner to optimize costs, manage your multi-cloud ecosystem from a unified view, and you find cost saving opportunity like right sizing and resource purchasing recommendation all in one dashboard. So that's the power of Cloud Checker. So let me just show you quickly the main functionality of the Cloud Checker, which include, for instance, the administrations, of course, your email setting, all this here. You may set for instance, to receive daily bill fluctuation alert or AWS health notifications, right? The other thing is also you may do a basic white labeling for by adding on your own logo, or set up a notifications for more in-app information about Cloud Checker updates and other account notifications. On the most common question actually from our partners have always been like how much are we spending, right? And the bottom line is that we want to know who is spending what and where is our cloud. So yeah, Cloud Checker help you break this down in the form of cost and inventory reports. So such as building and cost management dashboard, like what you're seeing here, is to see how much you have spent, and we show you last month, current month to date, and also the forecast of how it's going to be next month. So you can see a breakdown of your spending and by services with the pie chart to visualize, right? And in terms of the inventory, summary, you can get a report that provides a snapshot of each AWS services that is a part of your deployment, right? So Cloud Checker also provide a detailed summary of your S3 deployment and cost by, like, let's say the chart that you're seeing here. So on the other functionality is your optimizations tools, right? So as for optimization tools, to maximize our return on the investment, the most pressing question is that am I running my workload effectively, productively, right? So to answer this, we have to dive into for instance, our currently running instances to find out any underutilized resources, and then to explore the unused or misprovision or previous generation's resource item. And once the wastage has been minimized, we can look into right sizing and automating instances to start, stop, or idle, right? So let me see. Yeah, finally, Cloud Checker provide the purchase recommendations on which details can changes that can be made to reserve instance for additional savings. So like what you are seeing here, for instance, Cloud Checker saving page is one of the it's a one-stop dashboard to identify any unused, unattached, or misprovisioned resources, right? And then you have the right sizing recommendations. Is a report that investigates when EC2, for instance, the utilization scores that don't match up with their usage. So upon arriving at this report, you have certain configurations options should you can choose to make any changes on them, right? And then subsequently you have the on the management tools. So on the management tools is like you have like a few scenarios where you can click and create alert on and build an alert based on detailed building budget threshold. For instance, this is what you are seeing here, right? Or on another scenario is like if you would like to be notified when a reserve instance is unutilized. So this is the page where you can do it, and or you can do to monitor your ROI purchase closely, especially on the expiry date. So Cloud Checker provide the ROI lifecycle monitoring tools. So lastly, using Cloud Checker, you can search for any reports as well as settings simply by typing into the search bar here, right? So it's really easy to use. So hope the quick Cloud Checker overview sharing provides a better insight and understanding on how you and your business can benefit from using the cloud management platform. So here we come to the last two slides of my sharing. So we are delighted to invite you to make full use of the Westcon partner portal. So there are many resources that you can get from here. Resources provided such as exclusive promotions and incentive, trainings, as well as a platform program for AWS CPPO. So like earlier sessions as shared by Renee from AWS, right? Getting on board with Westcon, you do not need to set up your, for instance, US entity and even like a US currency account, and it can almost be done almost immediately to transact. So that's the beauty of it. And of course, it's like just an announcement to all our partners, right? So Westcon ACE incentive offer. So we are happy to also offer an AWS partner network customer engagement incentive for all our reseller partners on the distribution program. So how you can enjoy the incentive? Basically, you need to be just have a validated ACE opportunity submitted, jointly tagged by with us with Westcon, and then it has to be launched by the 31st of April, and receive a gift card of $50 USD. Yeah. So I'll be happy again to share with you in further details. So feel free to reach me for further discussions and also in like for instance to set up your Blue Sky or Cloud Checker. So this is my contact here, and we can always arrange a call or a coffee. Yeah. So happy to see you. That's the end of the presentation, and I hope you guys have complete the survey form as well. Yeah. So and I'll pass it back to Jason. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wihong, for your presentation. Now we've come to the Q&A session. So if you have any questions, please do type into the chat box, and we will answer your questions live over here right now. All right, any questions from the attendees? Do type them into the the chat box, and we will answer them. It's a good time to have some questions, since all our experts are right here right now, and they are able to answer your questions live, and give you the the answers to those doubts that you might have. All right, I think we have questions in for Patrick. Patrick, so for Prisma Cloud, what kind of licenses are there for Prisma Cloud?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. So the way that our Prisma Cloud licensing works, I touched on it a little bit in the presentation. Didn't have more time to get in more detail, but essentially going back to the notion of credits, the customer purchases a set of credits for us. Typically, it's 100 credits minimum, and then they would essentially decide, what capabilities they want to deploy in our platform. So a common place to start is cloud security posture management. If you have have resources in AWS or any of the other cloud service providers, you can enable that, and we would be able to provide that visibility of what you have, and also let you know how it's, in terms of its configuration and compliance, how it stacks up against about 800 or so out of the box policies that we have. A couple of questions that I get frequently around licensing is, a lot of customers say, hey, well, we're not really sure where to start or how many credits that we have. So what we can share is we do have scripts that customers can run in their cloud environment that would then give a number view of how many billable resources they have. Another question that I get is, hey, my cloud environment, it's, large one day, it's small the next, how do you guys bill me, And the way that we do that is through data, right? So what we do is we take hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly snapshots of usage, and all with the goal of trying to get as many data points on usage as possible. And then we take that and we come up with then what would be sort of an average usage. And then that's sort of how we're looking at the billing and sort of how we're measuring true consumption in the cloud platform. So again, if you have a day where you have a bunch of traffic on your site and your application or whatever's happening, and you get these spikes, overall it's not going to impact. And then the last question I have that I get quite frequently is around, hey, if I only buy 100 credits, 200 credits, what have you, and now my cloud environment requires 500 or 1,000 credits of protection, are you guys cutting me off? And the answer is no, we don't cut customers off. We don't put any caps. Again, it's just another data point, on that usage that we look at to then sort of get a baseline of what usage is. But there's no caps. Our customers are going to always be protected, no matter how their cloud environment scales.
All right, thank you so much, Patrick, for your answer. I hope Peter will. That is the answer that you're looking for. But if you have any additional questions, you can actually contact the Westcon team, and also you can chat with Patrick from Palo Alto.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Any other questions coming in to the chat box? If not, I think we can move on to the lucky draw. And yep. So now let's bring up the spin the wheel to see who are the 3 lucky winners that have filled up the survey form. All right, so let's find the first winner. That's US dollars 250 gift voucher. All right, congratulations, Brian Adia Suputra. I hope that I pronounced your name correctly. So sorry about it if I pronounced it wrongly. We'll contact you shortly after the session for your prize. So now let's spin the next winner. And our second winner is Eddie Tang. Eddie Tang, congratulations. We will contact you after the online session. All right. So the last winner, we do have one more winner for the US dollars 250 gift voucher. All right. Let's spin. Where will the winner be from? Singapore or Indonesia? Looks like it's Eugene Go. Congratulations. You're the third and final winner. We'll contact you after the online session. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for your time. Take your time. Actually, it's been quite a good 3 hours of wonderful sessions, presentations, and knowledge sharing. Hope that you all have enjoyed it. But if you have any questions, you can contact the cloud Westcon Cloud team or any of the speakers that has presented today. So, well, I would like to once again thank everybody, and hope that you have gained quite a bit of knowledge for this session, and do stay safe since of the current situation right now. To be honest, not really well in Singapore. The numbers are going up, I think, in Indonesia too. So do stay safe, and yeah, we'll hope to see you soon in the next session. Right. Thank you.